Wait, she's ready? That's her?
No way. No way. Could be. What time is it?
Definitely her.
Yeah. She's ripping.
My name is Hannah Otto, and I'm a professional cyclist for co-title sponsors Pivot Cycles and DT Swiss, and I'm about to attempt the fastest known time on the Whole Enchilada. I first started competitive sport when I was 9 years old in the sport of triathlon, and I was racing against people twice my size and with a bike twice my weight at that age. I raced triathlon from 9 to 20 years old, so I raced triathlon for 11 years before I discovered that I absolutely loved the mountain bike. So at 20 years old, I transitioned to the sport of mountain biking. The transition was hard, and it was kind of weird because I went from being one of the best at something to, some might say, insignificant. And a lot of people asked me during that transition, like, are you scared? Do you feel like you're failing? Do you want to go back to triathlon? But I never really saw it that way because I wasn't comparing myself to the person who won the race. I was just comparing myself to me, and that's what made it easy. I earned 5 collegiate cycling national titles. I've won multiple pro XCTs. I was on the 2020 Olympic long team, and I capped off this season with the Leadville 100 win. I absolutely love the Whole Enchilada Trail. I think that it's the most spectacular trail in the world because it varies so much, and it encapsulates so much of what you can do as a human being and as a mountain biker. It's a trail that I think will showcase both strengths and weaknesses of anyone who attempts it, and it's a trail that I want to take everybody on. I'll be climbing up the road and fire road and then descending down the world-famous single track. There are a handful, not a lot, but there are a handful of people who have ridden the Whole Enchilada as a loop, so from town all the way up to the top of Burrow and back. But it's yet to be established as a well-known official loop. And so what I want to do is standardize that loop. I'm going to start at the last left-hand turn out of town, go all the way up to the top of Burrow, and then I'm going to finish right as you exit the trail into the tunnel. The whole loop is 54 miles. It has 8,000 feet of climbing, with the top elevation topping out at 11,200 feet at the top of Burrow Pass. I think breaking 6.5 hours would be a good ride. I think breaking 6 would be pretty darn incredible. I think the thing I'm most worried about right now is what I'm gonna do with this jacket and if I need to bring it or not.
Okay, I think you should bring the jacket because tomorrow it's going to be roughly 48 degrees when you get up there at 10 a.m.
I just can't imagine a scenario in which I stop it and put it on.
Let's just pack everything and see how it is.
Okay.
Seems like it's doable. It's all fit,
Thanks.
but it's packed. Bro.
So I think I'm gonna warm up over there, and then I think right at that left-hand turn, I'll stop there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get all ready, and then it'll be a rolling start, and it starts about like 15, 20 feet after that turn, so
Yep.
you can roll into it.
Yeah.
And then the first 10 miles are pretty flat. Ideally, you want to hold the same pace the whole 3 hours, like that doesn't make sense. But like talking with Coach today, the interesting part is your power that you can hold is different at 4,500 feet than at 11,000 feet. It's kind of mind-boggling as you're out there because it'd be really easy to look at the power and think, oh my gosh, I'm slowing down, but it's actually just you're actually getting less oxygen.
Yeah.
I just think it's so fascinating. I feel like I'm cutting it pretty close on how much water I carry.
How much water are you carrying in total? Because you have one bottle.
This is 1.5 liters, and then that's essentially a half liter, so 2 liters.
2 liters
is what
of
I'm
water.
carrying. The more I drink, the lighter I get.
You said you're a camel. You don't need any water. But perfect.
Cool. I think we're ready.
Yeah. Game time. You looking at it?
Ready?
I think so.
I'll get it. Just a training ride. Good, good. You got it. Just make sure to start your computer.
They were moving. No way. What time is it?
Definitely her.
Yeah. She's ripping. Under 6 hours? That's insane. Hell yeah! You crushed it! Oh yes!
That was so hard.
You deserve some champagne.
Way harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Hell yes! Under 6 hours. What was the official time that you had? Did you pause and stop it?
I'm 550.
550, that's what Ian had.
It kind of blew my mind yesterday. I wasn't really sure how long the climb would take me. So when it took even longer than I expected, I pretty much let go of the 6:30 goal. I remember getting to the top of the climb and I was really in the pain cave. I feel like the last 45 minutes of that climb, I was in a pretty dark place, just hurting so badly. But even in that moment, I remember thinking, if this was easy, it wouldn't be the challenge I wanted. I felt almost shock that I had made it with no mishaps. I felt like the whole last 5 miles, I knew all of the challenging obstacles I had, and it was less about the miles and more checking off, okay, I did that hard part, I did that hard part, I made it through that sketchy section, and when I cleared the last hard obstacle, it just hit me that I had done it. Not only had I done it well, but I had done it, period, because that wasn't even a guarantee. So when I finally actually created that QOM, KOM, FKT segment, a handful of people did pop up and the top number was 647. I still can't quite take it all in. I really surprised myself out there, and at the end of the day, I think that's what I'm most proud of, because talking about incremental improvements and being better than you were yesterday. I saw all of that just in practicing this trail. There are things that the first time I rode it felt absolutely terrifying. And as I came up to them during this attempt, I felt the butterflies come up in my stomach. And then the moment I was on the feature, it just all dissipated and I felt like I just flowed through it. If you're unsure if you can attack this, if you can really go for a fast time, focus on the experience, because I think there's something to be said about letting joy propel you. And I think that gives you a little extra superpower.